Hello, everyone. Thank you so much for joining in yet another Thursday webinar. We have been continuing this series for almost a year now, and today we are going to cover a very interesting and very important topic, okay, which is ad fraud. So today I'm also going to talk about the signal integrity playbook, the playbook that we follow when it comes to the detecting the signals, stopping ad fraud. I have created another webinar in which I talked about how ad fraud, paid ad fraud, is now $100 billion problem for large enterprise companies. That means large enterprise companies on an annual basis, they are losing $100 billion every year on ad fraud. Okay, so this is a large scale problem across different sectors, across different industry. And I think we need to address it. Okay, at least we need to start addressing it and start speaking about it, because there are very few people right now speaking about this problem, which seems to be a very big problem. Okay, so today's webinar topic is the signal integrity playbook on how enterprise can stop ad fraud from poisoning their data. So we are going to talk more on the GTM side of it, more on the CRM and the CDP side of it, and how ad fraud is actually poisoning the data of the enterprise platforms. Okay, I'm talking about the Salesforce, the HubSpot, the CDP, the data warehouses. Okay, and it messes up the data pipeline and so many other things. Right? So this is a CMO guide to protecting the GTM engine from $100 billion blind spot. All right, for everybody who is not still aware of me, my name is Ritesh Osta. I am a GTM engineer and I'm one of the top rated Fiverr Pro consultant. Please do check out my website, which is insighttab.com. Also, you can check out my Fiverr Pro profile to see what I do. And also, if you have not subscribed to this channel, please go ahead and subscribe to the channel right away. Thank you so much. The $100 billion problem. We have already covered it. I'll just skim through it based on the last webinar we did. Digital ad fraud drains over $100 billion annually. That means there are people, systems out there which is draining $100 billion out of the pockets of large enterprises and practically everybody who's running ads. Everybody who's running digital ads, they are losing money every single day. The cost is not just lost clicks, it's corrupted signals as well. Every time a data which is incorrect or it is corrupt, which is incorrect and which is corrupt, which enters your system, also corrupts your system. So you're not just losing money upfront to platforms like AdWords and Meta and LinkedIn and others. You're also losing your data. You're also corrupting your data internally, which creates more problems as we move on. I'll talk about that in this session. Every bot that visits your site or app misguides your application, and also your internal automations and AI and everything in between. Every fake click teaches your CRM the wrong behavior. Right? So it gives the signal within your CRM about the wrong behavior. Right? Ad fraud isn't a marketing leak, it's a GTM malfunction. So it is not just a marketing campaign leak and a problem, it is complete GTM system malfunction. And I'm going to talk about more on the GTM system malfunction in this webinar, because we already talked about the campaign leak in our previous webinar. If you have not checked out the previous webinar, my team will put up the link of that particular webinar. It's called the $100 billion problem in the description. So do check that out as well. Okay. So here is what we are going to, the problem in front of us. Invalid clicks, fake visits to your website or app. CRM noise means, in CRM, fake data, bot data, corrupted data gets into the CRM. Bad targeting. Okay, now CRM getting updated means, it has bad data, corrupted data. That means from CRM, your sales team and marketing team is doing bad targeting, right? And lost pipeline. So your sales team and marketing team is working on the data which is corrupted. They are wasting their time. Even if they are wasting 15 minutes of their time every single day, imagine the loss that is happening. right? Okay, if there is a fake email address that has entered the system and you're sending email, then it will bounce, right? Which is going to create trouble for your ESP as well, your email service provider. It's going to hit your domain reputation. So many things get affected, not just the money that you're losing upfront by getting fake clicks and bot clicks and and fake visits on the ad side. So each fake signal reinforces a false GTM decision. So you are losing the money on the front end by paying these large channels like Google, Meta, LinkedIn, for fake clicks and conversion. And also your team is wasting time, your system is wasting time on dealing with these bad data, which creates incorrect signal, right? So the problem is humongous when you look at it from the bird's eye point of view. So I think we have to truly break down the problems to different segments, and then we can address those segments. And today we are going to address the once what to do once the corrupted data comes into the system. Right? That is what we are going to typically address in today's session. All right. Now, what's the true cost of corrupted signals? So when there is corrupted data that comes from ad fraud into your system, it corrupts various layers of infrastructure within your organization. The first the first layer that gets affected is the data layer. The CRM of the CDP is inflated with junk data. And the junk data can be as high as 50% of the total data. I have seen that. So huge amount of junk data that needs to be then dealt with, and it needs to be then manually or through workflow dealt with, which is going to take time from your team. Then the attribution layer, right? This ROS and CSE metrics gets distorted, right? For example, you get a lot of conversion happening from a certain location, but those are bots, right? Those are just fake clicks. Then it will mess up the entire calculation when it comes to ROS and CSE. So the metrics itself gets distorted, right? It is not the right metrics anymore. The automation layer gets distorted, right? The algorithms are trained more and more on fake conversion. For example, if there are certain fake clicks coming from certain geography, okay, it can be any geography, right? And the fake click keeps coming in, then even the Google algorithm will show your ad more to those particular geography because to the algorithm, it is sensing that it's getting more conversion, but it's not real conversion, it's fake conversion. So Google ad will start showing your ads more on those geography or more on those keywords, and then you'll keep losing more money, okay, and you'll keep getting more corrupted data. So algorithms are trained, but on fake conversion, which is not good for you, right? That means you are losing more money and you're getting more fake leads. Ad layer. So miscalculated budget, wasted impression, right? If you're running a display ads and there are some human beings or bots sitting in some place just clicking on your ads, on your display ads, and there are large teams. There are thousands of people, if not hundreds or millions of, I think there are hundreds of thousands of people or possibly millions of people in different parts of the world who are very structured, and they are running these scams and fraud in broad daylight right now as we speak. Okay, so there are teams sitting in whose job is to just click your display ads on mobile phones or laptops or system, and the whole day, every day, they do it, every single day. And now, thanks to AI and automation, you can automate that process. And you simply keep running those ads and impressions, which is basically wasted. And you're also wasting your budget on that. Then the sales layer, right? So once all this corrupted data starts coming in, your sales team also wastes a lot of time. They will try to verify the email, they will try to send an email, call the people up with the phone numbers and all, and then they waste time in this process as well. Right? So what you think is a signal might just be a noise. Right? So what's really happens is these ad fraud creates noise within your system. So that's the true cost. And why it is a CMO problem right now? So if you're a CMO, then it's a problem right now for you as a CMO. Okay, fraud used to be a security issue, but it is the people and the systems behind those frauds are upgrading themselves. It's like a cat and mouse game. Okay, they are bypassing those security and firewalls, and they are coming into your system. So in many ways, it is just like a virus and antivirus fight, even for ads, right? So it's not that simple anymore that only security can handle it. Now it's a bigger problem, and I think it has now become a CMO problem in many ways. Now it is also a growth and data integrity issue. So it's also a data pipeline issue. It's also a data management issue. It's also a data warehouse issue. It's also a CRM issue. It's also a CDP issue. So as you can see, everything is now connected, right? More and more organizations are connecting their data layer. That means the signals are connected, but also the noise. So everything is just permeating and flowing into different systems and creating havoc in many cases. Unverified clicks corrupt marketing intelligence. Absolutely, right? The marketing intelligence itself is being corrupted. For example, you are running a campaign for SaaS or mobile app, right? User acquisition, right? And your goal is to acquire free users for your mobile app, and you are running ads. Imagine if you're running a YouTube ad or a Google ad or a LinkedIn ad, whatever. Okay, and then a bot is coming up, clicking on the ad, landing up on your application, and then signing it up. So that's a conversion in the eyes of Google and Meta and all these platforms, right? So they want to charge money, but those signups, those users are not real users. They are fake users, right? With fake emails and all. So you will think that, okay, fine, you're getting, free users and your ad is working, but in reality, the ad is not really working, right? So it is going to corrupt the marketing intelligence as well. Every GTM system built on false data compounds inaccuracy. That means, every GTM system that is built on false data will create more inaccuracy. So signal integrity means signal GTM precision. So signal integrity is super important, and it's super important to go ahead and take care of this issue early on, rather than once everything is done. So the more early on you tackle this issue head on, the better it is for your GTM system. So clean data means reliable signals, smarter GTM, and predictable growth. Okay, unclean data means everything opposite to it. Okay, now let me introduce the signal integrity thing. Okay, so what is signal integrity thing? So we use signal playbook. Signal, every word, every every letter in this word signifies something, and I'm going to talk about that. So signal is a playbook that we follow when it comes to dark funnel and GTM that we build for us and our customers. So we follow the same playbook when it comes to tackling this issue as well. Okay, so we call it the signal integrity framework. So signal integrity framework is a unified model within Insight Tab's signal GTM framework. It is specifically used to tackle ad frauds, designed to detect, clean, and protect GTM signals. Okay, and it aligns with fraud detection, CRM data hygiene, and activation accuracy. Okay, so the idea is within the funnel, the more early on you tackle the issue, the less noise it will create in your system, in your GTM system. Okay, that's the idea of signal integrity framework, and I'm going to talk about in principle how we handle that in terms of the playbook. Practically how we handle that, we can talk about more on that as well. If you are going to comment in the comment section that you want more content on this topic, we'll be very happy to create more content around that. If you want to, go ahead and write down a message to us, go ahead and do that. If you're on YouTube, write down in the comment section. If you're on LinkedIn, just drop a comment. Okay, we'll be happy to answer your question as well as create more content. All right. Now coming back to signal integrity framework. So every Every letter in this word stands for something, and it's a playbook that we follow. Spot, the S stands for spot, which is detect invalid clicks, bots, and IVT. First thing, if we can detect this issue early on, even before the conversion happens in the ad channels, that means you're going to save your money and also you're going to save your system. The best case scenario is that you block it. It's like a firewall. You block it before it actually hits your website and does the conversion, before all of it. That means you're not paying for the fake conversions. And even if you are paying, you can always ask for a refund from these providers like Google and LinkedIn. You can do that. And there are processes around that as well. The best case scenario is just avoid it altogether, okay, as high as possible. And then you protect the entire system, right? So spot means detect the invalid clicks, bots, and IVT early on. Integrate means connect the detection data to CRM and CDP. Group means reclassify accounts by validity. That means there will be some noise that might come in. So you reclassify the account by validity, means whether the account is valid, whether the email is valid, whether the phone number is valid, and like so on, right? You can automate this. AI can play a good role in this, and we are already working with AI and automation on this so that your human beings do not have to waste a lot of time. Okay. And then nurture, which is route verified signal only. So you do not route inverified signal. You do not send SMS and email, and you do not call people which are not verified, which properly. You don't do that. So you save time in that. And then activate. So activate is where we launch ads. For example, there are clicks happening, there are accounts coming in, there are users coming in, and then you can activate the retargeting ads, right? Or remarketing ads or customer match ads based on the accounts or users. But what if you can, group and integrate and segment the fake leads and accounts early on? That means you don't have to launch the bridge ads to the fake, the fake cohorts. So you only launch the bridge ads to the real trusted cohorts, right? When it comes to accounts and contacts. Very important. You want to save money, not just on the search ads, but also on the retargeting ads, also on the LinkedIn customer match ads. So you're losing double money here in many ways if you're not doing this. And then loop. So loop means you continuously run this loop, feed the fraud patterns into analytics, run AI to understand the pattern of fraud. Okay. I mean, we initially thought that many of the fraud can be simply handled through blocking certain geographies. For example, if a certain geography is bringing in the fraud signals, then blocking the geography can alleviate the issue. But that's not the case in real time. The IP are changing continuously. The VPN is being used continuously. The people might be sitting in one geography, and the signal through VPN can be coming from another geography. Right? For example, if you only want to run ads in India or US, and you want to block every other country, still it may not work because the people might be sitting on other countries, but they might be running their system via VPN, which might be placed in US. So simple, complex problem needs complex solution, and we have tools and setup which we use to handle this. We have third-party tools also we use. We have our own internal frameworks also we use, which we are talking about right now, to handle this issue. It's a complex issue that needs it's a complex problem that needs advanced solution, and we have that solution. And if you want to talk more on that, please reach out to us, and our team will be very happy to schedule a call with you. Finally, scale. Once you solve all these problems, then we can go ahead and scale this, right? Automate the ongoing signal cleansing. Okay, so that's the high-level framework we follow when it comes to dealing with this issue, which is ad fraud. Now, let me talk about the architecture of clean growth. Okay, in this webinar, I'm trying to keep my language as simple as possible, and I'm not using the jargons, the technical details as much as possible, because I want this content to go out in form of education. So sometimes I'm going to use some certain technical jargons and all. If you have any questions, just write down in the comment section. If you do not understand anything, we will try to answer it within the comment section as well. Okay, the architecture of clean growth. Real-time verification at the source. Okay, now real-time verification is the okay. So that means imagine you are running an ad, right? And the ad is to get free users for your time management app. Okay, I'm just making this up. Okay, your application, mobile app. And you're running the ads, say for example in Meta, but then the bots are coming up, right? And then they are doing the sign up in your app continuously, right? You're losing money. You're continuously losing money. You can, of course, you go through the process of submitting those application back into Meta for the refund of your for your budget. That is, those systems are in place, and I'm going to create a separate webinar on that as well. But the ideal case scenario for anybody, and I'm pretty sure you're going to agree with me, is that you block it right up front. You don't have to ask Meta for the refund or Google for the refund, right? So the idea is in the real time, as the ad is running, as the click is happening, before that or during that, we stop it, right? That's the goal, okay? So we have developed our own proprietary solutions in terms of ad click, fraud blocker, and others, okay? And I'm going to create separate individual content around this as well. So we have created those solutions, and we are going to talk about in the upcoming sessions. So real-time verification at the source, okay, not the stale verification. That means not once everything is done, then you verify and then you find out, okay, fine, these leads are fake, and then you go back to Meta and Google saying that, hey, these leads are fake, and then you have to go to a long process to get the refund and other stuff, right? That is there. No matter how much you do that, you cannot be 100% safe around this. But yes, you can block almost 99% of these fake bots and click if you put the right systems and right architecture in place, which will in turn clean up the CRM and CDP pipelines, right? And then will in turn help you with better bridge ads, retargeting ads, remarketing ads, customer match ads for verified accounts, right? And then the architecture is that you get continuous feedback, and AI can play a very important role in terms of identifying the pattern signals. Some of the signals is from where the bots is coming. What is the behavior? For example, if a bot is coming and just staying there in your application landing page, staying there for 2 minutes, clicking 3 buttons, and then filling up the form, going back. If it does 3 times, then this pattern can be recognized, right? And then it can be blocked by these real-time fraud blockers. The other than that is certain geography. If there are more fake clicks coming from a certain geography or certain IP, those IPs and geographies can be blocked in real time, right? So that the damage is not done. It's prevented, blocked upfront, right? So I can talk about it more, but this session is not about that. This session is about how to create a GTM integrity, right? So this is the architecture of a clean growth. If you put this architecture in place, the growth will be clean. So ad clicks to verification layer to CRM CDP clean data, then bridge ads. It also affects the bridge ads, then verified engagement, which creates true pipeline, and then you continuously do the feedback and enrichment and model retraining. Okay, we use OpenAI and Gemini and Claude in many of the cases for our customers, and the model continuously train itself, right? And those are very once you run this for some time, the model will continuously train itself, and it's like a self-feeding loop, where eventually you will reach to a number which is very close to zero when it comes to these fake data. Okay, so maybe we'll start with something like a 60%, and then quickly you will reach 90%, and then 95%, and then 100%. So it's a self-training model, and AI does a very good job in this area. Bridge ads plus ABM integration. So once you fix this issue, you get verified signal to fuel ABM precision campaigns. Okay, that means if you're running customer match ads on LinkedIn, it will be much more precise. Okay, the contacts will be precise, the companies will be precise, the geography will be precise, and you can basically automate this. If your data is noise, if your data is fake, and if you try to automate this, then it will create a fake customer match ads, not fake customer match ads. It will create customer match ads for these fake accounts and contacts, right? So ad integrity issue will be there if you're not going to handle this, and ad integrity ensures that the audience trust and data clarity is maintained. Okay, and real-time ad verification integrated with CDP workflows and CRM workflows works like a magic. Okay? So detect fraud-free, click-stream verified, sync clean audiences to LinkedIn and Google in terms of customer match and retargeting, activate bridge ads for verified ICPs and accounts, measure the engagement in terms of revalidation before enrichment, validation before enrichment. I mean, imagine, you're getting a fake account coming in, okay, and then your enrichment model starts working, the agent starts working, and it starts, enriching those data from Zoom Info. So you're losing money on those credits as well, the Zoom Info credits and Apollo and Cognizant credits as well, because you're enriching a fake accounts on the first place, fake contact on the first place. Okay, so it is also taking time, energy, and resources out of that cycle, and then you continuously run the loop. Okay? So that is the format, the steps that we do that. These are some of the case studies that we have worked in the past. We work greatly with mobile apps and SaaS since we come from that particular background, but we also work with non-tech companies as well. It is the problem is across the industry. So we have worked with IT services company, we have worked with heavy engineering companies, data warehouse companies, and the problem is across the industry. So the problem was $8 million ad spend, 22% invalid traffic. Invalid traffic at 22%. Imagine, with $8 million ad spend, you have got 22% invalid traffic. Imagine the problem. That the problem is in millions of dollars. So the fix was integrated fraud detection, CRM cleanup, and bridge ads launch. Okay, so we run the complete POC and we were able to come down to 98% in terms of come up to 98% in terms of the real leads, and then it is continuously learning. It can go all the way more than 99%. Okay, result 38% reduction in wasted spend, 4.47% lift in ad to demo conversion, and 3 million in pipeline reclaim. That was the result. Obviously, it does not happen in over one day. It took months and sometimes years, but it's totally worth the effort, right? Fraud detected, CRM cleaned, ad verified, and pipeline reclaimed. Those four output you will get if you build the system right with our signal integrity framework. Okay. So signal integrity doesn't just reduce waste, it enhances the GTM velocity. Makes sense? It enhances the GTM velocity. It enhances the efficiency of your sales team and your GTM motion within the system. The clean data also improves the attribution accuracy. Right? The attribution accuracy also improves. AI targeting also improves. The predictive lead scoring also improves it. And conversion forecasting also. So it affects throughout the revenue ops cycle, everything. So clean data, smarter AI, sharper targeting, and faster pipeline is what the end goal of what we do. Okay, it goes one after another. It's like a rolling effect, but it affects everything within the system. So if you're a CMO, this is your action plan. Okay, the first thing that you need to do is you need to put up an audit on your ad signals. Quantify fake versus real data. And if you want, we can help you out with that as well. We have a team for that. You've got to really quantify the fake versus real data. So, and complete audit is required. Okay, you got to integrate verification. We have got our in-house solutions when it comes to ad blocker, fraud blocker, and so many other stuff that I'm going to talk about in the upcoming webinars. and then we can connect them with the CRM, the CDP system or data warehouse system, whatever you are using. Align the GTM ops. You've got to train your GTM ops as well. Okay. When it comes to revenue ops, you've got to align the complete GTM and revenue ops. Marketing team, sales team, revenue team, all of them, they need to work together for this issue. And automate refresh, self-cleaning audience list, self-cleaning list. So this is where we automate it. We use AI to self-learn it and then expand to ABM 2.0. So we have come up with a term called ABM 2.0, which is the new way of doing ABM using signal tracking. And we can create full funnel precision tracking for you. Okay. So go ahead and do your audit, integrate, align, automate, and then go ahead and expand. So that's the CMO action plan. This is the ROI formula for enterprise CM. Okay, for signal integrity framework. Ad spend minus invalid traffic is real reach. Real reach into signal quality is GTM accuracy, and GTM accuracy into AI learning is predictable pattern. That's the formula that we follow when it comes to KPIs. And if you apply this formula, you see it will continuously improve and self-learn. All right, so now we've covered a lot in this short session. What is the future? The future is signal integrity plus predictive AI. That's the future. Okay, since the problem is so huge and humongous and real time, AI is going to play a key role in the coming days when it comes to signal integrity. Okay, and predictive AI, is going to play an even bigger role in the coming days. GTM stacks will self-correct in real time, detect, suppress invalid signals automatically, train AI only on verified engagement, maintain signal accuracy rate (SAR) as the key KPI. Okay, and signal trust will become a competitive advantage. Signal trust, okay? Not just signal, but signal trust. So each fake signal will reinforce a false GTM decision that needs to be eliminated using the AI and automation, right? So using what we call as the predictive AI. Okay? So the system will continuously work in place and continuously improve your GTM motion within this, which in turn will go ahead and create a flywheel, what we call as the GTM flywheel. So real-time verification of the source, clean CRM CDP pipelines, precision bridge ads activation only for verified accounts, and continuous feedback to maintain GTM integrity. I think I've covered everything. This is just a reinforcing slide here. Signal system activation feedback. Okay, so there is a continuous GTM integrity flywheel that will activate, and you can expand pretty fast. Something which was not possible when you were doing things manually. So as you can see, today we talked about the fact that ad fraud is not just a media problem. It's not just a performance management problem. It's not just a security problem. It is a signal integrity problem. You've got to protect your signals and your GTM system becomes unstoppable. Okay. So CMO who owns signal integrity own the future of predictable pipeline, and that's the way forward. Thank you so much for joining in for this session. I hope you enjoyed it. Please do write in the comment section what you liked, and is there something that you want to understand more. Write down in the comment section if you want any specific area that you want us to cover in the upcoming session. We will also give you a practical demonstration of how we do things. We have already got a bunch of webinar created around that as well. If you want to book a demo with us, go ahead and book a demo with us, where our team will give you, the demonstration of the solutions that you are already using. Thank you so much for joining in. I'll see you in the next one. Thank you.